Hey guys, it's Dinohunter here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about metabolic bone disease. And before we get started with this video, I just want to say that I didn't put pictures of animals with the metabolic bone disease into this presentation because I do know that some people probably don't want to see it, which is completely understandable. So with that, let's go. So first, what is it? Metabolic bone disease is when reptiles have abnormal bones, usually because of a lack of calcium. It can cause various deformities and health issues for all animals, not just reptiles. How to identify it? It often causes a soft upper or lower mandible. This mandible may also look like there is a problem with it, like being too short. An animal with metabolic bone disease may struggle to get up and walk around. Some animals twitch, especially in their legs, when they have metabolic bone disease, or MBD. How it affects reptiles. First, we have nerves that can't be controlled, and reptiles use calcium to control their nerves, and if they don't have the right amount of calcium, they won't be able to control their nerves. This is what causes the twitching, as there isn't enough calcium to stop the nerves from firing. Next, we have not being able to walk, and sometimes bones might not be strong enough to allow the animal to walk. This is obviously a huge problem for any animal, and it may also happen that their legs bend in weird ways, therefore not allowing them to walk on it. Then we have digestive issues, and reptiles use calcium as a part of the digestive process. When digesting food, their body releases strong acids to help to digest it, and when they are done, they use calcium to neutralize the acid. If they don't neutralize the acid, various health issues can occur. Next, we have no appetite, and if your reptile doesn't have an appetite, that means it will eat less. This is bad for a few reasons. For one, a reptile that has MBD needs calcium to assist in making it better. If it doesn't eat, it won't get that calcium, and therefore the MBD might get worse. Not eating also means that reptiles may lack other vitamins and minerals, leading to many other health issues on top of MBD. Next, we have not being able to lift themselves off the ground. This also happens because of weak bones, and not being able to move around also causes other health issues. Reptiles can get bowed legs, which means that the knees curve outwards from MBD. This can also make the animal struggle to get up. Now we've looked at what happens when reptiles have MBD, let's look at how you can prevent it and treat it. First, we have what happens if your reptile already has MBD. Reptiles that have had severe cases of MBD will most likely not be able to have completely normal looking and functioning bones again. Reptiles that have had mild cases for shorter amounts of time can be helped if they are treated quickly enough. For both of these cases, the reptile will not be completely 100% normal, but we can definitely help them in some form by providing the proper treatment. And that treatment includes calcium supplements, which are important to give the reptiles prey, these calcium supplements. Although the prey might have a little bit of calcium in it already, it is always good to dust prey with something like calcium powder, which you can see at the bottom. This will ensure that your reptile has enough calcium in its diet. For reptiles that already have MBD, although their bones might not be completely correct, we have seen how calcium is used for other purposes, so it is still important to give them calcium supplements. Next, we have gut loading, and that means to feed the reptiles food, for example crickets, items that are rich in nutrients, for example fruits. You can also use a special cricket diet, which you can see at the bottom. This is important because whatever food the prey has in its gut when it's eaten passes on to the animal that ate it. It's especially important for carnivorous reptiles that don't eat fruit and vegetables. They get the nutrients that they need from those foods from their prey. Next, we have UVB, and UV lights are especially important for reptiles, as these lights represent the sun's rays for reptiles. In the wild, reptiles bask and are exposed to the full spectrum of the sun's rays. In captivity, we simulate this with UV bulbs. UVB bulbs are especially important because it helps the reptile produce vitamin D3, This is the vitamin that is responsible for absorbing calcium. Because of this, one of the main causes of MBD is not having UVB bulbs. Quickly, the last thing we're going to look at is the difference between UVA and UVB. UVA light is responsible for regulating everyday behaviors that reptiles do, and we've seen in the previous slide what UVB is responsible for. But another difference is that UVA also tends to have a longer wavelengths than UVB. So both of these bulbs are important for different reasons, and you should definitely get one if you have a reptile in captivity, especially if they aren't exposed to the sun, because you can see what happens if they don't have the correct exposure. So with that, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that maybe it helped you if you're having issues with reptiles with MBD, or in future preventing reptiles from having MBD. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!